Welcome back, everyone! This is Jarenitis bringing you Pandemicraft! Today we are starting on episode 22, but not only are we starting on episode 22, but we have some people to introduce. We now have new members! Along with Evil Talking Pie, Max, Rain, and myself, who are regulars, we now have Rick124, Nutta, and Indigo White. These are 3 new members to the server. Out of the 7 applicants that were accepted, these 3 are on, and the other 4, I don't know where they are. But they have been coming and going a little bit for the last little while, and as they come and go, we'll introduce them to you. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Everyone.
Thank you, Max.
Hello.
That was correct. So in between episodes, I checked on a couple things, and we got a couple other things going, and we are now ready to proceed with automatic fishing. I have not gotten the fish breeding stuff together like I said I would, but there's a really good reason for that, and I'll get into it later. But for now, we're going to go over here, and we're going to go through the fast travel station that we have set up. Because I need to get back to spawn, and I'm not going the long way. We have set up a fast travel station through the Promised Land, with various portals to different people's areas. Oh, hey, when did we get a... Oh, wow. Pie, you really want people to die, don't you? Or at least fall off into nothingness.
It's not finished yet.
I can see that! This is just so dangerous.
I'm keeping it
Whee!
consistent with what Dash Renchen built, but she decided to use Neverquartz on the pincers, and I haven't
Whoa!
gotten to getting a hold of Neverquartz yet.
Just diving off into nothingness.
If you're very careful and line up the mouse quickly, it is kind of easy to run across and feels pretty awesome, but you don't want to jolt suddenly.
Yeah, well, at least on the plus side, if you fall off, all you do is fall into the overworld, where you die.
Yeah, I think anyone who will be using the bridge is probably not going to have full damage removed, so yeah. Oh well, I'll finish it later.
Don't worry, it'll be okay. Only a few people fall off to their doom, and, well, that'll be alright. So as people watching can see, I've marked off an area for the fishery. I decided to come all the way out to the ocean biome, where it is fun to catch cod. I've created myself a little platform here, and this is where I'm going to set up my automated fishing. Alright, now, if I remember to bring everything with me, which I obviously didn't because I'm me, we should be able to go ahead and set this up and get it running real quick. We toss down the world anchor with some ender pearls, and that'll keep the area loaded. And then we are going to build out from here. We're going to put the... Oh, no, can't do that. Let's do... I forgot to bring just any kind of normal block with me because I have to have this over the water. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I can just do that. And then that. Alright, so we made a Mine Factory Reloaded Fisher. And, oh wait, no, I can't do that either, because, wow, I'm really being myself today. Come here, Fisher. Alright, so the Fisher goes over the edge, so it's actually over the water itself, along with the Mine Factory Reloaded Fisher and the Automatic Fisher from this thingy. Then we're going to need, let's see, and of course I forgot the item ducts. See, I knew I'd forget something. Let's see, do I have any item ducts hanging out anywhere else? There's another fishing pole I didn't remember I had. And no, I did not. Crap. It's too long of a way to go back that far. Oh, we'll set up the rest in the meantime. We're going to need this, and this, and this. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to hook it up so that we have power running to both of these, along with a magmatic dynamo, which is going to supply said power. And I went ahead and created another ender tank to supply lava. So lava is going to go into the magmatic dynamo. The magmatic dynamo is going to distribute power between the Mine Factory Reloaded Fisher, which is now getting power, and also to the automatic fisher from mariculture. Okay, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to have to supply the automatic fisher with fishing rods. The fishing rods do break over time, so we can actually fully import them into it like this. This is going to automatically keep them full because it automatically puts it into the top right there. Okay, the next thing we're going to need is bait. Bait's not that big a deal because the automatic fisher here, or the fisher from Mine Factory Reloaded, is going to catch fish. When it catches the fish, it's going to put them over, once I go get the item ducts anyway, into the automatic fisher from Mariculture. And I need those item ducts. Oh my. It's such a long way back. Is anybody at a place where I would be able to access some item ducts? Or a fast travel station? Hey Pi, are you at your house?
Yes.
I'm coming over. Because I forgot item ducts. Hello.
Hello.
Hope you don't mind people seeing some of your base while I fly through.
Not at all.
So if anybody's wondering, the item I just used is from Random Things. It is called a magnetic force. It's actually not that hard to make, and it is used as a teleportation item to teleport you to other players that are on the server. It is actually not too hard to make. It requires a ender pearl, a piece of paper, and a emerald. So as you can see, I have quite a few of them because I forget things frequently and have to keep coming back to do stuff like this. So I keep them in my ender pouch specifically to take care of this kind of thing. Fluid ducts, item ducts, and some servos. I think that should be all I need. So now we can go back to the fast travel station and we'll try this again. Whee! Eventually we'll have probably building an entire set of pathways between all of the spawn portals up here. Either that or we might actually build an entire like fast travel town. You know, just build in like a huge area. We haven't really decided yet. I think it's going to be a server-wide build effort to make this happen. So going down, and I'll need this here in just a second. Alright, so now we can jump back through to the mining area and hopefully, without taking too much longer, get back to the fishery. Having to do this by hand would have been ungodly, so this is kind of a nice thing to be able to move around faster. I wonder how many fish I'm going to have laying on the ground now, because the fishery is probably spewing them out into nothingness, but that's okay. Hooray, I'm back. Whee. Alright, good. So now what we can do, that we have all the items correctly anyway, is we can take that, whoops, stop that, thank you, and we can have issues. Alright, so now I just need my wrench, which is now also missing. There we go. And we're just going to say, no, we don't want you going into there. Wow, you can pump items into the side of the world anchor. I did not know that. Alright, so now, as it catches fish, it's going to offload them through this pipe. Oops, until I do that, it's not going to do anything. So now, it's going to fish up fish, and when it fishes the fish up, it's going to export them down and around into here. And look, I'm already catching stuff. That's cool. It's actually really cool. So it ejects the fish into here, and then it uses the fishing pole, and it fishes for us. Now, it sometimes will not catch anything. Sometimes it will catch strange things. I've caught sticks and wooden bowls and a pair of an old pair of boots, ironically enough. So that's how that's going to work. And now, to make sure that we get all this correctly and we don't clog up the inventory, since we're going to leave this for a while, we're going to go ahead and put out some chests for it to auto-eject items into. Now, it says auto-eject items, and that's wonderful. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually eject them into a item duct. It will eject them into an inventory, but since I want more than one inventory to be available for this, we're going to install a pneumatic servo, and we're going to turn this to ignored. So now we should see, yep, there goes our manta ray. And it's going to wind up in here. So now we can leave this for an indeterminate amount of time, and the only thing that's going to happen is eventually I'll run out of fishing rods, because everything else is just forever. So I may come back later and add some more heating upgrades as I make those available. But I need to make the better heating upgrades, which requires making titanium, and I'm going to be making some titanium here shortly. Actually, you know what? That might be a good idea to get started on now because it takes so long. Well, for now, we're going to let this run for a few minutes and see exactly how much fish we can get, and then see where we get. Apparently, you can get rare fish, and depending on what fish you get determines what you can do with them and different breeding patterns and whatnot. Sometimes you can actually catch a fish that you would normally have to breed for, so you have a chance at that. The other thing is, depending on the type of fishing rod you use also determines what kind of fish you can get. The more basic fishing rod can catch the basic fish, but if you upgrade to better fishing rods, you can catch better fish. We can also go fishing in the nether or in lava lakes. Strangely enough, you can fish for fish in lava. And that's something that we're going to get into as well. But for now, we're going to let this run for a little bit, and we'll be back in just a little bit. I said little bit, a bunch. Just a little bit. We'll be back. And we're back. It's been quite a bit of time, about 7 hours, I think. We pretty much just let the whole day run away with us. But we let the fishery go, and I went ahead and did some stuff to prepare to process some titanium. I'll let you guys in on the secret here in just a second. Let me get rid of this, and this, and this, and this, and that, because I don't want them in my inventory right now. Alright, so the auto fishery's been doing well. We'll go visit it here in just a minute. And I want to show you guys what I've been doing. I've created a tank here, and this tank is a tank of quicklime. Okay, quicklime is required to make titanium. Okay, so give me just a second here. I'm going to grab a couple of fluid ducts in the gems thing, because, you know, that's where I normally keep those. And one of these. Alright, so to make titanium, okay, so we're going to go ahead and go through this real quick, and I did this now because otherwise I'd have had to have started on it and then let it sit for a really, really long time, and we're just not going there. Alright, so to make titanium, let's see, titanium fishing rod is what we're actually trying to make. Titanium fishing rod is made with 3 polished titanium rods. Titanium rod in fish oil. Titanium rods come from molten titanium. And a stick in a vat. Molten titanium, and this goes on forever. Molten titanium, here we go, comes from impure titanium ingots, or molten impure titanium, plus molten magnesium. Okay, when you melt those together, you get molten titanium. The impure titanium ingot comes from either crafting pyrotheum dust and rutile ore, which is a quicker way to do it, or you can get impure titanium liquid by melting the rutile ore, and when you melt the rutile ore, it gives you a side of limestone. Let's see, the other way you can do it is you can take, I believe, the here we go, rutile ore, and you can put it in the smeltery, and that melts it down to impure molten titanium. That's the easy part, because rutile ore is not that hard to come by, and melting it is simple. The problem comes when you try to make the magnesium. Now, magnesium says you can make it from a block, la-di-da. It also says you can pour it from melted magnesium. That's wonderful. But when it comes right down to it, how do you get molten magnesium? Well, that's how, here we go. You get it from the unknown magnesium, I'll say it right eventually, this stuff. Okay? This stuff is made by putting 24,000 millibuckets, or 24 buckets of quicklime, into a vat with 16 buckets of water. Okay, so how do you get quicklime? You can see you get the unknown dust from that. So quicklime You get quicklime by melting limestone. Okay, now as you saw before, you get limestone either from when you crucible furnace rutile, or you have 50% chance of getting limestone, or you can get limestone dug out of the earth, which you can find all over the place. Now, the big thing there is, in this mod pack, there is no limestone made from mariculture. There's limestone made from various other things. Okay, now here is limestone from mariculture, and what you would normally find would be limestone from chisel, or limestone from Emasher's resources. Okay, you can find any of that stuff, but mostly you'll be finding the limestone from chisel. So if you make the chisel from chisel, and then you can convert it into limestone from mariculture, and then you can melt that. Okay, to give you a decent idea, the mariculture limestone takes a long time to melt. Okay, you get 900 millibuckets, which is 9/10 of a bucket, and it goes this slow. Okay, and for as much as you need, we weren't going to do that before. So since this is how you make this, I went ahead and melted a bunch in between segments here so that we wouldn't have to worry about waiting again. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start making We're going to make that stuff. You know, that stuff. The stuff that everybody has and nobody really wants. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to pump this into here. And we should be able to do that like that. Alright, and then once this fills up, and filled up is what it needs to be, then we put 10 buckets of water into this, and it will then process down. So what we're going to do is grab my bucket, and probably don't need to do this manually, but I'm going to because, yeah, I'm going to. We're going to go ahead and make an infinite water source right here so I don't have to walk back and forth as much. Infinite water source there. Because otherwise walking back and forth is a horrible bore. Alright, so now we should have infinite water. Okay, so now we go with 1 bucket, 2 buckets, 3 buckets, 4 buckets, 5 buckets, 6 buckets, 7 buckets, 8 buckets, 9 buckets, 10 buckets. This is getting really old, isn't it? 11 buckets, 12 buckets, 13 buckets, 14 buckets, 15 buckets. And now when we put the 16th bucket in, we should get particle effects. 16 buckets, and look at that. Particle effects it is. Now, the question is, when we get done with this, what are we actually left with? No, dadgummit. We're going to wind up with the magnesious dust, but how much water do we have left? The question is, if it goes the way I think it will, we wind up with, oh, okay, well, we wind up with 10 buckets left. That's not too bad. I was going to say, if it leaves all 16 buckets left, that would be awesome. Because then we wouldn't have to worry about, we could just let it automate. It would just continuously do it. So now it should be done, and we can't see it, but if I right click, bingo, magnesious dust. Magnesious, that stuff. You know, that stuff. Okay, so now we should be able to just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And look, there we go again. So excellent. This is actually going to work out rather nicely. While this is processing, we're not going to... Good God, Levi.
Hello.
Put a bell on your neck or something. Good Lord.
Did I scare you?
Well, I wasn't exactly expecting you to just, be there.
Oh,
Let's
I'm sorry.
see. Well, I just wasn't expecting. I wasn't paying. I was paying attention to what I was doing, not what was going on around me. So I didn't see you come up on the mini-map or anything. Where is my aqueous accumulator? I don't think I have one. How do I not have an aqueous accumulator?
That is weird.
What, not having an aqueous accumulator?
Yeah, and also no one having energetic infuser on the server
Why are you looking for one so much?
because of the staff of traveling uses RF to charge,
Right.
and usually they go by really fast.
So why don't you just find some other way to travel?
This is the best way so far. I really found no other way.
Okay, that's pretty cool. We're gonna set this to automate. I need to make an aqueous accumulator real quick, which shouldn't be too difficult to do. Let's make this real quick. Let's see, I keep forgetting that it's not spelled that way. Okay, we need 10 gears, glass, a servo, a bucket. I've got the bucket. Let's see, do I have the 10 gears? I don't know. There's the machine frame. Got glass. Got the servo. That means that all I'm missing is the 2 10 gears. No, we should be able to do iron around 10, I think. Let's try it out. Different recipes. Alright, so iron with 10 on the sides, yes. Because I always make extras of everything. By the way, welcome Levi. He's one of our newest members. He was not on earlier when I introduced the other new members. Say hi, Levi.
Hello.
And there we go. Do I still have more fluid ducts? I do have more fluid ducts. We are going to do this nicely. All right, good. So now we should be able to go ahead and have this work this way. We're going to, let's see, I should have, we'll put it right there. Sweet, working. All right, good. So now we should be able to do this. And now that's going to pump water into here, and we should see the particle effects pop up as soon as enough water gets pumped in for it to make its stuff. And it works. Excellent. So while this continues to do its thing, we can go ahead and put the unknown magnesious dust in here, and that should melt it down into 100% chance for salt. Okay, sure, why not? I don't know why I care about salt, but let's go for that. In between episodes, I also melted down a whole bunch of rutile ore. Compliments of Max Rebo. Thanks, Max.
You're welcome. I was muted.
That's all right. But yes, Max donated the rutile ore, so we made a whole bunch. We made a lot more than we really should have, to be quite honest with you.
And I approve.
Yes, because if you're going to make it, make more than you need.
That's right.
So now we should be able to put
At least a stack.
at least a stack. So now this should melt. I wonder if it's going to melt both since I added this one after the fact. Nope, just the one. Okay, so we got the salt, and no, you're not supposed to be trying to pump into there. No. Molten magnesium, 1 ingot. All right, cool. So we can wait for that to do its thing, and we are also continuing to fill this. Cool, so now that's interesting because it actually is showing to be full of water. But that's okay too. You know what? Just for good measure, we'll just go ahead and put all these in here. And we should come up with some molten titanium. Why isn't the impure titanium ingots? Oh, it's because I did another update, isn't it? Or is this just not going to work? Let's see. I've got the molten magnesium out of roughly 243 ingots and 8 millibuckets. I don't understand why that says that. Molten magnesium, ingots 2, out of roughly 243 ingots and 8 millibuckets. Sure, what it says. Whatever. this will continue to function. We can continue to melt this down. Let me see what's going on, because this isn't working out right. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Oh, it was supposed to be magnesium ingots. Well, that's okay. We can do this the other way as well. Let us go ahead and make the ingot caster. Well, no, that doesn't make sense either. Well, whatever. Let's make the ingot caster since it's part of mariculture anyway. Bad pigman. Get out of here. My base. I'll tell you, the nerve of some of these things. Alright, so we make the ingot caster by just doing this. And the ingot caster is going to make me ingots out of melted stuff. So we can go ahead and put this. Let's put this. Let's put this right here. And then put one of these right here. And then we can do that. And no, I don't want to swim in that. I'm not going to be able to get this done this episode. This is incredible. It's just because everything takes so long. That's what the problem is. It takes forever. But, I mean, you know, it's a pretty fun mod to play with. It just has some, you know, stuff going on. I don't even know what graphite is used for. Alright, so now that should be pumping the molten magnesium out into the ingot caster, and then nothing. Okay. I guess we need more magnesium. Oh, we got 2 salt. Wait a minute, it says 100% chance for salt. That means only 2 of these have melted? There, we'll melt 2 at a time. Well, at least we're still getting the magnesious dust. Let me see what exactly is going on, because this is not going the way I expected it to. Let's see, titanium. Sure, titanium ingot from Rotarycraft. Huh. I wonder if you can make it easier with Rotarycraft. Oh, it's just titanium with that. Titanium flakes. Nope, no titanium flakes. Okay, whatever. Let's see. We make it. Oh, good. Oh, good. Once I make it, I can copy it. That's excellent. Thank you, Mimicry. Okay, so in the crucible furnace, you take the impure titanium and the magnesium, and you melt the 2 of them together. Oh, that's why it wasn't melting those. The furnace isn't hot enough. We are sitting at a cool 1500 degrees, but we need it to be hotter. Okay, so is this ingot caster done yet? It sure looks like it is. Let's see. Are we... Let's not take any more of the magnesious dust out. The magnesious, whatever, the stuff. Alright, so we should be able to right-click this. And cool, we got the metals. Alright, good. So now that we have this, we can go ahead and put these in here. And the reason it wasn't working is because I was not letting it get hot enough, because I'm a genius. Alright, so let's grab some coal, just because. And let's heat this puppy up a little bit and see if we can't get this to melt. So the lava puts it up to 1500 degrees, and it's running off of that fine, but for stuff that requires more, it's going to have to burn the lava and some of the coal. Now we're going to have to burn through this cycle first before it actually moves on to that one. Let's see, max temp per piece 40 degrees Celsius, overall 2000. So we can actually bring this up to 2000 by melting enough of these. And as you see, we're now going up. 1507, 1508. We need to get this up to 1662, so this is going to take a minute. We'll be right back when we get this up to temperature. And we're back. Turns out that we are out of time for the episode, and we'll have to figure out why those things won't melt and how that stuff's supposed to work next time. For some reason, the crucible furnace will not melt ingots. It just doesn't like the idea. So before we go, I told you we'd see about the fishing section, and here we are. Over here we've got the fisher. It's still working. Then we've got actually still quite a few fishing rods. That's good. And here we have an excess of raw fish, so that's awesome. I wonder if we can make use of those somehow. Excess raw fish. I'm sure we can. So that's going good. Oh, look, we're actually about to finish one. Let's see if we catch anything. You know what? Never mind. That takes too long. In here we have quite a few fish. And wooden bowls. And bottles of water. And sticks. And books. So yeah, apparently we can catch some excess. Wow, this one's full. So yeah, we can catch all kinds of fun stuff. And, okay, well, this is the emptiest of them, but that's good. So, yes, we catch plenty of fish. Now I just got to figure out what to do with them. So, we'll have to deal with that next episode, where we will finally get some titanium going, or we had better anyway. And then we will get some titanium fishing rods and some other titanium accessories. And we may just have to never, ever make titanium again. But until next time, this is Jeronitis signing off on episode 22 of Pandemicraft. Like me if you like me, subscribe if you want to see what I'm going to do next. But as always, help spread the gaming.